Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Burns. I'm 27, about to be 28, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. Two things. One, I am three-fourths Filipino, and two, I'm a dungeon master. What does that exactly mean? Well, it means that every October at your local Ren Fair, I'm letting somebody who looks like Conan the Barbarian or He-Man take a trip down what a medieval dungeon looks like from the inside of a cell because you went against the Spanish Inquisition. No, I'm just playing. Reality, I'm actually a geeky 27, 20 something who's down at your local comic book shop on Wednesdays and online Tuesday and Sundays playing Cyberpunk Red, Call of Cthulhu, or even Dungeons and Dragons in my spare time. And it's something that I relatively enjoy. But what does this have to do with me being Filipino? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, in 2018 or 2019, which was a long time ago, my mom sent me over to the Philippines in conjunction with my grandmother wanting me to study there, well, study for university. I was sent there with my dad, and it was horrible the first year. I mean, I couldn't speak to anybody. I made zero friends. My professors barely understood me. I spoke too fast. I spoke too slow. You have homework. You don't have too much homework. You have too much. You have way too little homework. You're in the right classes. You're not in the right classes. Nobody could understand me, and every day was an uphill battle. But it was that experience that led me to becoming the person I am today. I love to communicate. Back then, I hated to communicate. It was through those misadventures with having to communicate with my professors, my fellow students, my higher ups, the superintendents, the priests in the university that I learned I had a knack for speaking to people, to communicate. And it was a gift that I would carry on very soon into COVID because, well, just like COVID, it hit me, it hit everybody. I was entrenched in my room for weeks at a time, and I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I was getting on with people from all over the world from different walks of life who I would never knew I would have a connection with because we loved slinging fireballs or magic missiles. And it became such a big part of my identity because that's when I assumed the role of being a dungeon master. I wanted people to look to me to be the guy who said, yes, I will run the adventure, I will run the game, I will set the time, I will make all the NPCs, I will make the quests. I want to be that guy. And it was all because I learned how to communicate, and that came from being wanting to be a scholar. And funny enough, my first game, it wasn't even Dungeons and Dragons. It was a vampire role playing game called Vampire the Masquerade that I came up with on the spot because I was watching Sons of Anarchy. And my friends didn't care because the way I presented it was funny, it was hilarious, it was dramatic, it had love, it had drama, it had character hooks and plots. And we all had an amazing time, all because of this necessity for me to learn how to communicate as an individual because I wanted to be scholarly. And whenever I think back at these adventures, these misadventures, or these stories, I think about what my dad told me. Son, it is what it is. It took me a while to understand what he meant by that. He wasn't mocking me. What he meant was, you can only do your best and hope for the best outcome. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try. It means that you should always do your best and not worry about the rest. Thanks for listening.